Hey there, coming at you live, Tyler Douthit on this Thursday. This is going to be a Q&A session, so please feel free to chime in anytime with the questions. I will answer them in the order in which they arrive on the screen. A little bit about me: top 2% Amazon seller, largest earbud seller in North America on Amazon USA and on Amazon Canada. Move a lot of earbuds. Top of the line as far as sellers on Amazon. That's where about 75% of my revenue comes from, about 25% outside of Amazon. A big buyer of them are schools. They're sold under the brand TFD Supplies. If you just Google TFD Supplies, you come across the website tfdsupplies.com, the Amazon search for it, whatever you want. Hey, they're coming in. So that's the gist about me. I would love to provide some kind of value today. I'll answer any question you ask me. Open book. I want to provide some kind of value. So please feel free to ask. Live Q&A, anything about selling on Amazon, selling on eBay, my thoughts on business, e-commerce, personal finance, what else, anything like that. So please feel free to ask, and I'll just ramble on about myself until anything sparks on the questions. Like I said, I'm the largest earbud seller in North America, in the top 2% sellers on Amazon. I work from home out of the finished basement right now, moving into a bigger house in a couple months here. One of my wife's brothers works for me, does a lot of the packing, and he's taking over a lot of the day-to-day responsibilities. Got one of my nephews coming in January to help with the business. So it's been growing pretty slowly and steadily, up about 80 or 90%, looks like 2017 over 2016. So quite a significant increase. A lot of that is Amazon sales going up some, but those are fairly maxed out because the market's not getting a whole lot bigger for earbuds on Amazon, and I'm actively siphoning them off out of Amazon sales. Schools send purchase orders, order online, anything like that. So that's where that goes. Order from overseas at a factory I work with, come in, rebox, ship out to the fulfillment centers. Big on Amazon Prime. I also use that for fulfillment of the orders because it's on most of the orders because it's cheaper 9 times out of 10 because they have much better rates. Even to ship it to them and then have them ship it to the customers tends to be cheaper and faster than shipping it to the customer yourself. All right, I've got a question here. I want to start tourism business in India. Can you give me some suggestions? I'll be honest, I don't know a whole lot about India, but my experience in tourism in the USA have been a few places. My thoughts on tourism, like a lot of businesses, about the experience. The personality matters. It's one thing to be on some tour bus and go around and someone just points, says, look at this, look at this, look at this. It's a whole different thing when someone has the right personality, cracking jokes, the right kind of mood, the right insightfulness, the right mix of that. That's a talent that not everybody has. So if you're going to get into the tourism business, one, make sure you have the right personality that will engage people, their curiosity, as well as for entertainment value, because that's what makes people come back and makes them tell a friend. And the thing about businesses in general as well, which I believe certainly applies to this, is it's not so much about finding a lot of customers, it's about finding one customer and doing such a fantastic job that they're so amazed by their experience that they have no choice. They feel indebted. They want to go ahead and tell a friend, leave a review, send out a tweet, tell a brother, a sister heading that way to the same thing. So I would say, in my opinion, my 2 thoughts on tourism in India, given that I don't know a whole lot about India in general, but tourism, focus on the experience, make sure you got the right personality and the right way to mix that personality with informativeness. People want to see what's important stuff, but they also want to be entertained. So make sure the right personality is there, and then focus starting small and grow from there. Anything long term, anything that's going to provide real wealth, real success long term takes time. 3-year experience, well, that's good. So maybe you already have that personality stuff down. Then start from there. You can do Facebook ads. I'm not an expert on, again, international with Facebook ads. In the US, it's by far the best way to reel in anything, because you can target every single group you want. But for tourism, yeah, the customer experience, because it might not be that hard to find one customer, but then have to do an awesome job from there and start small, build your way up. Any further questions? I'd be happy to answer anything else. Thank you for asking your question, by the way. Until I get the next question, I am pushing hard into audio. I have I stripped the audio out of these onto the podcast, which you can find on the Tyler Douthit channels across everything. So if you just Google Tyler Douthit, you'll find that on SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes, Anchor, what else? Google Play Music. And I'm pushing hard into audio because people value time, and audio is only going up from here. The next 3-4 years are going to be a big push into audio with Google Home, Alexa products, Apple stuff getting into that mix. There's going to be a lot of stuff with audio, and it's going to be, I mean, think about this. Here's a good one for tourism. Amazon Skills, you're going to want to look into that to think about it, because someone like me, say I want to go to India, and I'm going to say, hey Alexa, what is the best tour to take in India? It's going to find some result, and your basis with Alexa Skills is going to have a big impact on that. So I would highly suggest getting into the voice area in that, because someone's going to say, what are the top 5 attractions to look at? Because I'm going to I'm going to be in India in a month. What are the things that you go see? And it'll tell you. And then you might say, oh, book a tour to see those things. Who does that go to? You want that to be you. So I would also focus on things like Amazon Skills and stuff. The next few years is going to be a big growth market for that. So I would definitely think about that as well as a growth into there. All About Convenience, Bill Clinton. I don't know if that's I see a Heath Ledger, Dark Knight. Probably not a true picture of you. I heard he died. But yeah, so I would definitely the Amazon Skills. All About Convenience. That's the thing. Time, convenience. They're all what people want, and we value time more than ever because we're busier than ever. We got a lot more crap to do than ever before, so we value time, and that's why audio is so important going forward, because many people, I bet some of you will listen to a podcast while you're working out, while you're cleaning the garage, whatever it is you're doing. I listen to podcasts while I work. And it's all about that, and it's much more native and understandable and easier than trying to watch video while you do the same thing. So I would just, everything focuses around time and convenience. I would think about that. That's why I'm pushing hard in audio. We don't die, we transcend, and just back to the next level, or come back around and do it again. Now that is a philosophical debate that I honestly don't know what the right answer is. I don't really get near. That's kind of a religious belief. People have religious beliefs. By all means, believe what you want to believe. If you're not hurting somebody else, who am I to tell you what is right and wrong for you to do? Any further questions, I'll be happy to answer. Please, I'll answer them in the order in which they come up here. In the meantime, I'll just keep on pushing on to my stuff. There's been a lot of stuff. Matt Lauer got let go from NBC. Man, did his career evaporate overnight pretty much. He was a household name, and then one accusation, which they said is probably legitimate, and then he's gone just like that. Well, there's something more relevant. I'm a podcaster and also enjoy listening. Would you use Blog Talk or a platform to just record your own and post? I would personally. Some people push for Anchor, which is a good way to get syndicated to other things. Anchor is good, but honestly, I would probably not do that. I would use your phone. You're probably already on a smartphone. If you're looking at Instagram Live, you got a smartphone. You can record HD video of yourself. You can upload it to YouTube. You do that, which will get an HD video of yourself posted. Then you go to listentoyoutube.com, listentoyoutube, listentoyoutube.com. You can plug in the address of your video you just uploaded, strip out the MP3 audio of your information, and then get a free account at SoundCloud and upload it to there. So you can get on SoundCloud for free with the smartphone you already have. Upload to YouTube, so record to your phone, upload to YouTube, go to listentoyoutube.com, strip out the audio, download that, put that in SoundCloud. And once you have your SoundCloud account, it's pretty easy to sign in to get into Google Play Music, Stitcher, Anchor, all those things. A lot of it's syndicated around. It's syndicated, so it's like a little RSS, they call that feed, which then allows it to pull the information and download it all from there. Spotify's harder. You have to have, oh, you're very welcome. Spotify, you have to have a submission process. They don't let everybody in. I've submitted, haven't heard back yet. I don't know, that they don't say what their criteria is, just that they look into it and then let you know if you are approved. So So not on Spotify, it's not as easy there, but everything else you can get on there. To all the things people use, iTunes, Stitcher, Anchor, SoundCloud, those are all free to get into. Free. So it's pretty easy to get into podcasts. So that's what I would suggest doing. If you want, I would suggest starting a podcast about not so much what you, I would start a podcast with what you are best at and what you're most passionate about, because then it will be able to have a long-term sustainability, because podcasts take a long time to gain traction. If you're not willing to do a podcast once a week for a year, you might not have any success with your podcast. So keep that in mind. It's a long-term commitment. It takes time to build listeners, viewership, listeners, engagement. All that takes time. So I would definitely be in it for the long term, but you can get in for free and do what you're really good at and what you're passionate about, because then it's harder to duplicate that. Your own authentic self is probably your best asset that you have. I'm glad I could provide some kind of value on the tourism business, and I am glad I could help a little bit with some of the podcasting ideas, step-by-step things there. Let's see, what else? Oh, if I provide any kind of value, I am all over social media. Pretty much every channel you're going to go, you'll find Tyler Douthit. You can just Google Tyler Douthit, same as my handle on here. Sorry, I came back there. Poor connection issue. Who knew? All over social media, you can follow on just Google Tyler Douthit, or be able to follow me on Snapchat at Tyler Douthit, the number 1. So same as my Instagram handle you're looking at right now, with the number 1 on the end. And one thing I've pushed lately, the last couple of weeks, I was a little bit lazy for a while. I'm going to be totally honest. I was posting a lot of the same content across all the social media channels against the advice of all the people that do it really, really well. So the last couple of weeks I've really started. Each channel gets its own individual, unique content. And big surprise, like all the successful people say, you get a better engagement, better everything along the way, because the mindset is different. And people said that, and now that I'm starting to do it, I realize why they say that and why it works. Because, think about this, you're the same person. You walk into a Target, you walk into a bar, walk into a pub, you walk into a business meeting. All of those places are you walking into them, but your mindset is different. The mindset of those around you is different. If you are going to a pub or a bar, you're probably going to yell and cuss and stuff like that. If you are in a business meeting or at an office space, you're probably not going to yell and cuss as much. You might, but probably not as much. And all these things are different. You might go to church, and that's going to be a whole different environment again. And that's why I have realized through firsthand mistakes, because I've had decent following, but it wasn't as good as it could have been. And now that I've started posting unique content to each channel, 1, it gets better engagement because of the mindset of people on that channel. 2, it gets a better experience all around. And 3, it makes people follow you on the different channels, because that's just how it goes. If they're going to get different unique content in each place, like if you follow me on Instagram, which you people are here as this is live right now, you're going to get one set of content. Snapchat, different set of content. LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, what else? YouTube, all these things. And there's overlap, sure, because I might take the same thought that I have that day, but phrase it in different ways, different ideas based on what it is. Instagram might be a short video or just a picture about an idea with a caption about it. Facebook, YouTube, Facebook's a catch-all. You can do text, pictures, videos of any length, essentially. Snapchat, I do my Snapchat, Instagram stories are kind of behind the scenes of my life, not so much about business really at all, or my experience as an entrepreneur, mostly just behind the scenes in my life. And it gives people, based on what they want to see, an opportunity to see that aspect of my life, of the content I put out, of things I believe in and don't believe in. And that's the gist of what I do. And there is overlap, sure, like this. Once this is done here, I will save it to the camera roll, and I will upload this probably to YouTube, because I do keep a log of all these things, put it on my own site, tylerdouthit.com, as a record of things that have happened. But at the same time, I'll also strip out the audio, put that on the podcast. But later on today, I have the TD Project, which is a strictly audio event, which I do, which goes straight to the podcast. There's no video recorded, so if you want to hear that, which is my overall thoughts on different parts of life with one of my teammates, Ben, and his wife Holly. It's a nice combination of personalities. That's strictly audio, and that's again its own unique channel, different thoughts, different ideas based on what people want to do. Because I realize that my mind works a certain way, and it sounds so full of myself, so egotistical, but if more people thought like me, I think the world might be a better place, because they get taken advantage of less often. They could more intelligently analyze situations and look at things in a fresh, new perspective. That's my goal with the TD Project. Go to thetdproject.com. My goal with the TD Project is to provide fresh insights, fresh perspectives, and provide value to people and think about things in certain ways they might not have thought of them before. And that's one particular channel. Some things are all motivation, some are my commentaries on business, but it's all over the place, and each channel gets its own unique content. So that's my thoughts on that right now. I'd be happy to answer anything else. The one thing I went on a tangent earlier, I'm going to probably talk about this, I think, on the podcast later on today. This whole thing with Matt Lauer and so many men of power, high-profile men. Hey there, Bilk Rob 954. It's a lot going on with this. There's so many guys getting fired instantaneously from a claim of something, and I bet almost all of them have done it. It's been rampant in the entertainment industry for as long as it's been around. Please send me some suggestions in written form on a message box about tourism business if possible. That I can't do, too busy for that. But if you take the time, email me, Tyler@tylerdouthit.com, TYLER@Tylerdouthit.com. I'll respond back. Maybe not immediately, but eventually. I'm a busy guy. This stuff I'll do for free because I actually run a business on the way. Most of my time is spent actually running the business, being the largest earbud seller in North America, maybe even the world for all I know. I don't really know. I can't figure out easy statistics on those things. But that's where I spend most of my time, actually running a business. So if you are going to listen to me, and if you are going to do something that I suggest to do, or not, keep in mind that I am someone that is having some success in the world of entrepreneurship. I'm not just selling a course. I will never sell a course, and some do, and some provide mountains of value with their course, and that's cool. Andy Frisella, a guy I listen to and respect a lot, he is selling a course, and I will not get it, and I will never sell a course myself, but he is at least a practitioner and someone who has built a business selling things versus someone who builds a business selling courses. Big, big difference. So if you're ever going to buy a course, if you're ever going to go to a seminar like the 10X, I'm skeptical on the 10X. But Grant Cardone is a self-made millionaire, so there's no way around that. I would consider him a practitioner. At the same time, I'm not a big fan of seminars because I'm not ever sure they provide enough value to really make it worthwhile. Ciao, good to see you there. But so if you're going to do that, remember, if you're ever going to follow somebody, if you're ever going to email and Instagram, you can also send me a DM. That's fine. Send me a DM. I'll look at it. If you're ever going to follow somebody, ever going to pay for a course, a subscription, a SaaS product, follow somebody with tips or life documentation like I'm giving of me. Make sure that they have done what it is you want to do. If you want to be the best basketball player, if you want to start a business, if you want to work for yourself, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, if you're going to be the best painter in the world, whatever it is, if you're going to follow someone, please, 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 whether it's paid or not, please make sure that they have done what it is you want to do, and they're not just selling a course, and they are legitimate. Check out my time here. My daughter's across the street at speech therapy, so only got a few minutes left before I got to go. I'd love to answer a couple more questions, so please, any further questions I'll be happy to answer. In the meantime, I'll just ramble on more about myself. Hey, yours, honey. Hey, probably not my married guy, but either way, I'd be happy to answer any questions. Please, any questions, provide some kind of value in probably the next 2-3 minutes. I gotta go, but anything I'd be happy to answer. Personal finance, starting a business, selling eBay, selling on Amazon, anything like that. I would be happy to answer any questions. Hey there, good to see you. Thank you for watching and tuning in today. I appreciate that. If you got any questions, it's a full Q&A session. I will answer any question you throw at me right now about business, life, entrepreneurship, my thoughts on just about anything. Good to see you live. Yeah, well, thank you. Good to be live. I've been trying different platforms. I tried Periscope for a while, which worked okay, but it doesn't have the bang anymore because I was getting decent interactions. And then Facebook Live is good, but it's not. I've been trying different ones to see what kind of response I get, the best response I get on the different channels. Instagram tends to be the best. Higher viewers, better engagement. So that's what I'll probably go back to that again now. But I used to do Facebook Lives, but I never got the same kind of engagement. Why, I don't really know. I must have a less engaged audience on Facebook, I guess. Just the way it goes. Every platform, we get different engagement levels. People tend to have platforms that they're a little more fond of, that they're a little more attentive to, and those tend to be the ones that happen. Well, I do have to go here. I'll wrap it up here. If not, I'll answer one more question if I get interrupted in my spiel here. Tyler Douthit, please consider following if I will go for entrepreneurship and how to develop growth potential. Entrepreneurship, growth potential. Be ready to work hard, be ready to take risks, be willing to outwork the person next to you. You don't have to be the hardest worker in the world. You have to be a harder worker than the person next to you. And you don't have to be the smartest, but you have to be a little smarter than the person next to you. You don't have to be the first to get somewhere, but just a little bit further and faster than the person right next to you. That's a lot of business, and realize, especially, businesses need to make money. Maybe not all the time, maybe not mountains, but the big difference between a hobby and a business is businesses make money. So make sure whatever you're doing, there's actually a chance for business. If you want to live off what you're doing, you have to be able to make money on it. And growth potential is a sliding scale. Potential is a sliding scale. What I mean by that? What I mean by that is, I have accomplished already more of my life than I ever thought I would. I never thought that I would be in the place I am right now, moving into the house I'm moving into, making the money I make right now. I honestly never thought that would happen. So I've already exceeded what I thought would happen. So now that I'm at where I am, I think, oh, if I increase my pay 10% next year, maybe increase sales revenue 10% or double, which we're probably going to be, then I will have surpassed what I thought my potential was. So every step you progress in your journey expands what your future potential can be. So that's the thing to think about, is because you can always make 10% more than what you make right now. You're never really maxed out, which means your potential is never really maxed out. You can always be just a little bit better, a little bit faster, a little bit sharper, a little bit more successful with money. You can be all those things, always a little more than you are at the current time. And that's growth potential. You could always go farther and further than you are right now. Maybe not a lot, maybe a little bit. Why do you think all the people in the NBA still shoot 10,000 free throws a day? Because they want to be a little bit better. They just want to be a little bit better. And maybe you don't have to be a lot better. Maybe you just make yourself a little bit better each year, and before you know it, in 10 years, you're awesome. That's growth potential. Thank you everybody for following. I really appreciate it. If I provided some kind of value, please consider telling a friend. Follow me on all the social media channels you're interested in. Tyler Douthit, or Tyler Douthit, the number 1. Tyler Douthit 1 on Snapchat for behind the scenes look at my life throughout the day and every day of the year. Thank you so much for following. Have a good day.